beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Not the best shot, this one in the rough, but still will have a play from there. See if they can let loose with a good one here from 160 yards. Second shot. Good swing, good shot yet again. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. And he'll do it again today. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Back here at the 12th, and this is a hole that heads back towards the water. You might not see your tee shot land over the ridge in the middle of the fairway here, Frank, so what's the best strategy?
Well, it's called the fox, and you have to be cunning like a fox here. This one has a slight bend to the right, and a little like the previous hole, this is another fairway that certainly requires your best tee shot.
It's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Really moved that one. 320 yards and in the fairway. And a 130-yard shot now. Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie.
It's at sneaky distance.
Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in. Well read.
Frank, on paper, 13 seems pretty straightforward, but it's not that simple, is it?
No, very stringent tee shot. Gorse right and left, plus a little sort of mound with some rough on down the right side. So really, you've got to hit the ball down, not just the fairway, but the left side of the fairway.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Superb shot.
It's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. On the tee here at 14, it's another par 3, Frank.
You don't get caught looking at the front of the green. That's where it's at its most narrow. Ideally, something that pitches just into the top of that mound.
that one didn't work out. It didn't look bad in the air. It hit the green, but didn't sit.
Yeah, it was never going to stop.
Well, this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just keep hitting greens. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Well, you just can't make up ground if you don't make putts. Drop shot here at the 14th hole. And this will be a 5-foot putt here.
In this situation, Richard, bogey's not all that bad. Still has the lead.
Now at the 15th at Royal Troon Golf Club, 483-yard par 4. This, Frank, is one of the hardest holes in the course.
It's certainly a stout par 4 at that distance. If you're playing it into a head breeze, then 260 yards is certainly going to be a big tee shot. But 260 yards takes all the bunkers out of play.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. On the 15th green in regulation, but not yet in the hole. This is about a 30-footer, and he'll look at it from a couple of different angles just to try to get a feel for it. This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt. How did that stay out, Frank?
Did everything but go in.
Just a little tap in here. Got it for par. The back nine here at Royal Troon has only one par 5, and here it is, Frank.
At 542 yards, you'd think it's reachable, but that burn cuts in at 280 yards, so it means you have to lay back. But I remember back in 1997, playing alongside Tiger Woods, and he still managed to get it onto the green from behind the burn. It was some shot.
You knew at that point he was something special.
He certainly was. He then knocked it in from 40 feet for an eagle 3.
Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. On the green, and a chance for birdie. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. has it. Frank, here's the only par 5 on the back 9 at Royal Troon.
You'd think at 542 yards it would be reachable, but the burn that cuts across really limits the tee shot to about 280 yards. So it's very much about placing that second shot in a good distance for your third.
In the 1997 Open Championship here at Royal Troon, you played with Tiger Woods in the 3rd round. What did he do at this 16th hole?
He hit a driver for his second shot into a head breeze from about 270 yards. Managed to get it on the green, then knocked it in from about 45 feet for eagle.
You knew he was something special back then, didn't you?
Yeah, he was the only one that even tried that shot. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That was a really good shot, landing close to the flagstick. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. It's putt for birdie. Oh, yeah, he's made it for a birdie. Finally, the 18th at Royal Troon. History, skill, nerves, bunkers, of course, and the clubhouse. Frank, they all come into play on this final hole.
Yeah, 3 bunkers down the left. It's not a case of hitting past those, it's avoiding them. And then if you avoid it too far to the right, there's one nicely placed about 300 yards off the tee that'll catch you there. So there's somehow you've got to craft a tee shot to miss all 4 of those bunkers. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, can you recall a situation where before an important round, an instructor gave you one small tweak, maybe play your left toe out, or just shift a little bit of the weight onto the back foot? Or the instructor gave you that one small bit of advice, and it made a huge difference?
Yeah, the list is too long, Rich, and it's normally just someone that you've trusted over the years, and we all make just little bad habits. Sometimes you're stooped over a little bit more than normal. You're not standing tall enough. The ball is too far back in your stance. You're too far forward. You're making a funny little move, or your grip is different. It's always the little things that add up to the big problem.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity.
It's no snack, though.
Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Just a tap in to finish the hole.
A good solid stroke there. No sign of nerves on that.
There you have it. Round 3 is finished, and it was a good one, Frank.
Yeah, after 3 rounds in, you really could start to see who could take home the trophy when it's all said and done. Great play, though, up until this point. Round 4 should be an absolute thriller.
EA Sports and the R&A are proud to present final round coverage of the 144th Open Championship. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Always a treat to be in Scotland, Frank, and at one of the oldest golf clubs in the world, Royal Troon.
Yeah, it's getting close to 150 years old. It was first established all the way back in 1878. Actually, the original golf course only had 5 holes on it. But over the Open Championship roster, this has probably been the most successful, or provided the most success to American players. The last 6 Open Championship winners were all American.
Has one of the most famous holes in all of major championship golf, the 123-yard par 3 8th. It's known as the postage stamp, and one of the legends had a really nice moment there many years ago.
The late Gene Sarazen, the Squire, he had a little ace there, all televised too, and it was a great way to remember his phenomenal career.
Wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. It's over the green.
That one was running so hot. And Frank, that steady play continues.
Rock solid. Excellent approach shot.
So a tester from 4 feet. They'll take it. That's a par. Frank, another great example of links golf. It's not a particularly long hole, but there is trouble if you hit it offline.
Yeah, there's a bunker down there at about 280 yards that has to be avoided. Only the long hitters, or perhaps the wind behind your back, is the reason to take that bunker on. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here, because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. Frank, in golf, as we know, there's short grass and there's long grass. We all want to be in that short grass, but it doesn't always work out that way. So what's the most important element from the shot, from the rough?
You have to be a little bit more conservative first and foremost, because you can't guarantee a perfect strike out of the long grass. So therefore you have to look around the greens, maybe short, to the right, to the left, and realize what's involved, and also just give yourself a slightly bigger target.
So a longer putt coming up next, about 30 feet away. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
He's made it. And ready to tee off here at the par 4, 391 yards second.
Yeah, it's not overly long. The biggest priority for the players is just avoiding the bunkers, all 11 of them, whether it be with your tee shot or the second hole. But at that modest length, it is very much a birdie hole.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Frank, we have said it over and over. Another birdie. Rich Lerner back at historic Royal Troon with Frank Novola, who's played the Open Championship on 2 occasions here at a golf course that goes back to the late 1800s. This is the first par 5, Frank, on the golf course, and you would think a chance to make a birdie and get that round started.
It certainly is. Dogleg right, 2 bunkers on the left. If you hit the ball a little bit straight, you'll certainly get into those pot bunkers. The one on the right, most people can carry. You carry that, this par 5, more than reachable.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Eagle attempt on the way. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
He might like this one. He might. Oh, yeah, he's going to love that one, Frank. Sensational effort.
Just eat that up.
Frank, do you buy the old adage, drive for show, putt for dough?
Putting's a great equalizer, Rich.
At the par 3 fifth, ready to get this hole started.
Prevailing breeze once again should be coming from the water, which is on the right. That makes that tee shot a little bit more difficult because it pushes the ball to those 3 bunkers on the left side.
That shot does finish up on the green, but it sets up for a very difficult putt. Frank, he'll have to take a full swing at this putt for birdie.
This is long, but every now and again, one of these finds the bottom of the cup and makes that magic sound.
Well, that's all you want right there. Just lag it down, don't get too crazy, and now just to tap in left. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Moving on to hole number 6 here at Royal Troon. Frank, what are the golfers facing at this long par 5?
Well, you've got to attack this hole in chunks, Rich. Just allow the mounding on the right to kick the ball forward, then try and position that second shot. Keep well away from that pot bunker that's a little bit short, about 30 yards right and short of this green. That is the one that causes the problem.
Drive. just tattooed that.
Second shot.
Just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. And he's third here at the par
5. You want to know the difference between good scores and average scores? That right there.
So just a formality here. He's made it. Moving inland now, Frank, the par 4 7th hole. Do you even think about carrying those bunkers on the right?
Not really, Rich. You're trying to work that ball off the left side, because if you get caught up on the hills there on the right, then all of a sudden you can start making 5s, 6s, and all sorts of weird and wonderful numbers.
It's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Oh, it looked like you caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I already thought this is way too much.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Getting set now over the putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, the 8th hole, it is one of the most famous in the world, the little postage stamp, par 3.
Yeah, the front part of this green's the widest, Rich. Then it starts to narrow up, so you never know. Maybe going a little lower if you're going to go towards the back of the green. But really, if you're going to err, you want to err on that first third, first half of the screen.
And you don't want to come in too hot and roll it off the back. Terrific golf shot. And now, back for an easy birdie. It's the beautiful part of golf. Brand new day, new hole. Remember, he made a bogey here yesterday. This time for birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Ready to go here at the 9th at Royal Troon Golf Club. 423 yards. What are you looking to do with this one, Frank?
Well, it's another one that's dogleg left. It's called the Monk, actually, because it faces the village of Monktown. One bunker on the left, 285 yards to carry that. But it's not that you're trying to carry it. It's you're trying to cut the ball off that.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
And he makes it for par. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design. Early part of this second iron, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. A great roll right there. Just a pure stroke, right in the heart. Frankie, come to an Open Championship, and you expect to hear the term gorse. You see it here on the 11th hole. If you do end up in the gorse, what can you possibly do to get out?
Well, anything you can. A lot of the times it's an unplayable lie, but if you remember back 2004, Ernie Els tried to play a ball when it was suspended about 3 feet off the ground and managed to flick it out of the sort of the thorny gorse.
He just blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here.
Safely on deck.
That is how it's done, right there. What an approach shot. Will he try again here today? Man.
He just pushed it.
Well, that hurts. Just a couple of feet. That's a solid par putt. Back here at the 12th, and this is a hole that heads back towards the water. You might not see your tee shot land over the ridge in the middle of the fairway here, Frank, so what's the best strategy?
Well, it's called the fox, and you have to be cunning like a fox here. This one has a slight bend to the right, and a little like the previous hole, this is another fairway that certainly requires your best tee shot. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Chance to get it close here. That is classy.
No chance of going in.
Locked in on the read and the speed. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank beginning to head towards home. This is the 13th of par 4.
Another dogleg right. Problem isn't really the tee shot here, even though there's undulations and mounds all over the fairway. Second shot's played uphill to an elevated green. I'm loving that balance.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Second shot, good look at the green. Good-looking shot right here. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot. I mean, easy birdie.
Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Cleans that up in the hole. On the tee here at 14, it's another par 3, Frank.
You don't get caught looking at the front of the green. That's where it's at its most narrow. Ideally, something that pitches just into the top of that mound.
Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, trying for another one today. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the course.
Good effort and good par putt. Frank now at the 15th, and how hard is this par 4?
The key really is to get the ball on the fairway here. Avoid those 3 bunkers, because this is one of the flattest greens on the golf course. Get the ball on the green here. Any putt's makeable. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my own.
Looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow through. I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. This is the second shot at the par 4. you like that stroke?
It was top of the tree.
Different day, different hole. A bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like.
Really solid stroke.
The back nine here at Royal Troon has only one par 5. And here it is, Frank.
At 542 yards, you'd think it's reachable, but that burn cuts in at 280 yards, so it means you have to lay back. But I remember back in 1997, playing alongside Tiger Woods, and he still managed to get it onto the green from behind the burn. It was some shot.
You knew at that point he was something special.
He certainly was. He then knocked it in from 40 feet for an eagle 3. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle. Second shot. This is taken off on a weird line.
It's going to be in the rough, it looks like. In the thick stuff.
Thick? It's brutal out there.
And setting up here in the rough. Sit down. Get down.
Now this is gone.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
What is he able to like?
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. It's putt for birdie. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Final par 3 here at Royal Troon. It's the 17th, and what kind of a hole is it, Frank?
Well, this takes your best long iron shot. Normally plays back into the prevailing breeze. You miss this green on the left, it will run all the way down the hill. The bunkers might look short, but if your tee shot isn't hit properly, it'll puff up into that breeze and certainly find a pot bunker.
On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Wow, I thought he made that. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Well, considering the lead that he has on the rest of the field, a par is all you need. Frank, at the 1989 Open Championship, Greg Norman was in great position in that playoff with Mark Calcavecchi, and I believe it was Wayne Grady. What happened to Norman?
Well, he started off tremendous in the playoff. The playoff was 1, 2, 17, and 18. He birdied the first and the second hole. Missed the 17th green just on the left. Took 3 from the edge, which allowed Calcavecchi and Wayne Grady back in. Then took driver up off 18. It bounced just one hop too far and found that bunker on the right side. And of course, the rest was history, and Mark Calcavecchi was crowned the Open champion.
The great white sharks so often so unlucky at major championships. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
So maybe a nice way to finish up with a good approach here to the 18th and a good chance for birdie to win the Open Championship. You hate to miss the short ones. Ouch. Par bid here. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Just a tremendous week of golf, and that, my friend, is a winner right there.
Yeah, and he should be proud of himself, too. It took golf of the highest quality to beat this high-quality field, and that is something that you will remember for a long, long time.